I just got kicked out of a bank in, I guess, a seemingly sort of nice way. It's odd. Let me explain. So, as everybody knows, I coin roll hunt, and I do this. And sometimes I travel for work, and so I find myself in different areas, but I find myself in the same areas a lot. Well, in one location, I found a branch of mine um, that is close. And I started getting coins from them. I'd go in, sometimes I would bring stuff and exchange, sometimes I would just see if they had anything, the pretty standard for coin roll hunting. Um, and I've been doing this, I don't know, for maybe 3 or 4 months. I've been coming up here on a regular and using that bank. Never had a problem. As a matter of fact, I was kind of surprised and I shot a short the first time I went. They were all really nice, have always been good, never any problems. So let's fast forward to today. I had a box of $50 that I had already gone through, $430 worth. And I do what I normally do. I wrapped up my day at work, and then I said, I'm going to run to this bank and, turn them in. And so I walk in, I go up to the counter, I wait my turn, they call me up. I place them on the counter. I said, I'd like to exchange these if possible. If you guys have anything you can give me. If not, I can deposit it. To which I was met with the question of, do you have an account here? Yes, I do. I gave, my ID and my debit card. And, they're going about the thing. And I'm going to try to keep this short. So the one lady says to the other lady, hey, check your messages, basically. And I noticed it was like some clickety clack, and she's staring at my ID. Like in my head, I'm like, can she not find my account? Like, what is going on here? It seemed a little odd, but I was just waiting patiently. I didn't say anything. And then off to stage right, this gentleman comes out of the offices and says, my last name, Mr. Um, you need to come with me, please. And to which I'm confused. I'm very confused. Like, wait, like what? I'm in the middle of a transaction. Why do I need to come with you? It's very weird. And so he says to the teller, you can give him all his stuff back. He needs to come with me. So she shoves my coins back at me and my ID and my debit card. And I'm trying to get all of that together. Anyone that knows a box of $50 is not light. So I'm trying to like fumble all this. And he's standing there waiting for me. And he walks me into his office and sits me down. And he says to me, I forget the exact verbiage, but the first thing that he says to me, I'm just trying to figure out what you're doing. And I said, I don't understand. I'm confused. What do you mean? What am I doing? And he goes, with the coins. What's up with the coins? I don't understand what you're doing with the coins. And I said, I was kind of confused, processed it a minute, and I said, I'm a coin collector. I go through the coins, I look for things, and then, when I'm done with them or I've pulled out whatever I was looking for, I roll them up and I bring them back to your bank, my bank, any bank that I, so choose, and then, bring them back. And he goes, oh, well, you can't do that. You would need a business account. You're costing us money. To which we've heard that argument at some banks before. Um, you know, okay, I guess, but I've been doing this and nobody has said anything to the contrary about it being an issue. I've been very courteous. Like, if there's someone behind me and it's just like one or two people, I'll let them go first because I know it's going to take a little extra time for my transaction. So I've always been courteous. I've always been nice. I've never demanded anything. It's if you have extra, I will take it. If not, that's cool. I'll deposit it. And so this is going back and forth with this guy, and he keeps using this word, your activity, your activity. Um, he didn't say it was suspicious, but he's alluding to such, like something about my activity of changing these coins was a problem. And he starts asking me what I do for a living, which I refuse to answer because it's not relevant. And we're talking, and he's just like, "Well, you need to leave. We can't help you." Da 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 da. And I'm like, well, hold on. I've been a member of this bank for 12 years, or at least, but somewhere right around there. I've credit cards through them that I use. I know a lot of us don't like that, but I use the credit cards. They have balances. I make payments. Like, all my main banking is done at this bank for a decade plus. And so I'm like, I've been here. I don't understand what the problem is. Like, this is just, it's very confusing to me. And you're treating me very, like, adverse, like I'm a problem. And I don't understand, like, what the issue is. And I asked him, is there someone else I can talk to? And he goes, no, I'm the one to talk to, and I'll give you my business card. And he claimed he would call me back and follow up with me after he reviewed my account, whatever that means. But so he says, you need to leave. And I said, well, whoa, like, hold on, wait a minute. Okay, like, exchanging the coins is a problem, whatever. But okay, if that's what you say, then fine. But I told the teller that I would like to deposit these if she didn't have coins. Like, I was being, amicable and saying, like, if you don't have extra coins that I can get, that's fine. I'd like to deposit these. And so we go back and forth on that for a minute, and like, back and forth, not arguing, but it's a very adverse conversation. And eventually I get him to allow me this one time to deposit my coins. And he gives me the deposit slip. We fill it out. There was a little back and forth where he was being a jerk about that because I didn't know my account number by heart, whatever. So I get through that. And he's like, all right, have a nice day. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, because he's being very dismissive with everything that he says. And I said, well, wait a minute. Have a nice day. Like, am I still depositing these? Because I have this box of coins and a deposit slip, like, confused, like, am I depositing these? And he goes, yes, I will walk over to the teller with you. I will inform her that we're going to allow this transaction, and then I need you to stand there and not say anything. Quietly wait for your receipt, deposit receipt, and then leave my building. And that's what happened. I stood there frustrated, confused, humiliated, all these people staring at me like I was a bad kid in the principal's office or something, or like I had done something wrong. Waited quietly, got my receipt, and left quietly. Now, I will say there was a point. I will say this for disclosure. There was a point where I pulled my cell phone out because I wanted to record it, because I could not imagine treating anyone like this, because he was just so adverse from the get-go. And like the questioning and his attitude and his demeanor was just so foreign to me. I had no idea why anyone would treat anyone like this. So I pulled my phone out at one point, and I won't lie, I was going to try to record. But he informed me very quickly, oh, you can't record here. I see that you pulled your phone out, blah, blah, blah. This is private property. And I said I wasn't going to record. I was setting it up so I can record when I leave, because I'm just trying to figure out what is going on here. Like, I cannot believe that I'm being treated this way, like I'm doing something wrong or something illegal. And he goes, don't put words in my mouth, sir. I never said you were doing anything illegal, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, that's the way you're making me feel, because you're acting like I'm a problem. I said, if this was an issue, why didn't anyone say anything to me any of the other times I've been in here? Everyone has been nice and courteous and helped me, and I had no problems. I had no idea there was an issue. And to which I got some half answer. And so I'm going to make some phone calls and see what I can do. I don't expect much of anything to be done, but I just feel so humiliated for what seems to be like a relatively normal thing in our world. Like, not a lot of people, ask for coins at the bank. I get that. They're not exactly currency. And I get the argument about him stating that maybe I'm costing them money. It would be a fractional amount. But you got to think about this too. If it costs them money to get the coins, right? And that's his argument. I bring probably just as many, if not more, than I'm getting. So it's somewhere in the neighborhood of an equivalent exchange. Like, maybe this time I didn't bring any, but I get some. The next time I bring a box or two. I think the most I've ever brought to this bank was like two boxes maybe of different coins and maybe some extra stuff. But it's never been an issue. It's never been a problem. It's not like I'm in the bank for an hour, like counting up change or doing anything. I don't understand it. And I'm kind of questioning, is this just a one-off? Or is this some new thing that the banks are going to start doing and really being adverse to coin roll hunting? Are they just watching their bottom line and really trying to pinch these pennies? Like, what is going on here? Because I've been at this bank so long, and I know this isn't my home location, but I just cannot fathom treating somebody, because I was always calm. Like, I was actually the one at various points attempting to de-escalate the conversation. Again, I know you have to take my word on that, but I'm not really keen on confrontation. I will call people out for being stupid, but I don't like confrontation. So I was just very taken aback and trying to understand, and he's trying to make what's happening happen so fast. Like, I think he originally asked me to leave probably like 3 minutes into being in his office. Like, it was just very strange. And then basically I was like chauffeured over to the counter, where I quietly just put everything on the counter, waited a couple minutes. She gave me my deposit receipt, and then I was not escorted, but they could like visually watch me leave the bank. And I got his business card. Like, that's going to do any good, but I guess at least I have his name. But it's really insulting, I guess. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. One clip, so I can't edit that out. But it's really insulting to be like treated that way. Like, and again, like I always try to be courteous. Like, I don't understand it, because when I go in, it's always the same thing. If you have something, if you have extra, if you can come off it, I'll take, whatever you have. Even if that's just a few loose rolls or quarters or, whatever. If you can stand to give me something, I'll take that. If not, we can just deposit, whatever I'm bringing in. I have the same MO at any bank I go to if I'm going for coins is, if you should happen to have extra, I will take it. I'm never demanding. I'm never like causing a problem. I'm always nice to everybody. Like, I don't get it. So I guess my concern here is, if I could get treated like this, I guess anybody can. And I've been coming up here for a couple of months, off and on, albeit not like regular. He was asking me what I do for a living, if I plan on coming back to this bank in the future, like, just like weird questions. Like, and then by the end of it, basically told me that I wasn't welcome at that bank, like at this location, for whatever reason. I wasn't welcome back, for, I guess, questioning him or trying to figure out what the hell was going on. Just incredibly, like, I'm still, and I know this video is probably a little off the cuff, and I apologize for that, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around, like, what just happened, trying to come to grips with, like, how I'm treated. And it's not like that. I don't think I'm better than anybody, but, like, literally, if I ever saw anyone being talked to the way I was talked to, like, it's one of those, like, I'm gonna step in here and say something kind of situation. Like, I cannot believe the way I was just treated. It gets me to my core, because I'm respectful to people. I usually, try to command the same respect that I give, and in this case, I just had none. Like, from the jump, I've never seen this guy. I've never talked to him. No, like I said, no one's ever said, like, hey man, we can't be doing this coin thing. No one's ever said anything. Like, and from the women saying, like, oh hey, read your messages, they saw me coming. Like, it was like, oh, here he comes. It's go time. Call the manager, set this thing in motion, pretend to process his transaction, whatever, until the manager's ready to receive him or whatever. It was obviously some kind of thing like that. And I don't even come in here much. Maybe once a month. If I'm up here twice a month, maybe. And it's an iffy thing. I probably have been in this bank maybe 6 to 10 times, maybe tops, in like the last 6 months. So it's very strange, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but now I'm kind of turned off on coin roll hunting, because I don't want anything like this to ever happen to me again. I felt humiliated when the tellers are looking at me like I'm some scolded child. The guy who, like, usually, like, ushers you into the bank and directs you and whatever that is, concierge, I guess, like, that dude, and I've talked to him in the past, and we had good conversations, and we were cool, and no one ever had any problems. Like, I'm looking at that dude, and he's so either whatever, I don't know what he's feeling, but he, like, wouldn't look me in the eye. Like, I glanced over at him a couple times, and he's just, like, staring at the floor, like, refusing to acknowledge the situation. So, like, I don't know. I literally don't know what the hell just happened. But I was asked to leave and basically not to come back for bringing in coins. And I had to beg them to allow me to deposit $430 in rolled half dollars in a bank box. I don't know what to say. I wish I could make this stuff up. I wish I was being, like, dramatic about it. I've tried to present it as best I can. That's genuinely what happened, and I'm still very confused about it. But coin roll hunters, watch it. Beware of strange activity at banks. This happened to me. I mean, we'll see if it starts happening to more people in the future. Maybe they are pinching pennies. Maybe they're not wanting to deal with change. I have no idea where this comes from, but I am appalled that I was treated the way that I was. And I would not ever wish that on anybody. I mean, the questions, the tone, the pseudo accusations, maybe, like, I still don't even know what he was trying to get at. Like, I have no idea. Like, I felt like I was being accused of something, and I still don't know what that is, because I've not done anything wrong. But it was a very bad experience, very bad, enough to make me want to consider switching my main business with that bank. But I will wait until I talk to somebody higher than him and see if they care about my business, I guess, or apologize. I don't know. It's just, oh yeah, I have no idea. But I will follow up later, if I have an update, and let you guys know what I find. But yeah, for the moment, horrible 20-minute video of me ranting about this experience, and I still don't know how I feel about it, other than just, like, confused and upset. So watch your behinds out there. I hope everyone's doing good, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.